Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Today's episode is entitled Ford Punishing Dealers Caught Price Gouging Popular EVs. So, for my podcast listeners, you can watch this full episode on my YouTube channel, The Parts Manager Professional. But before we begin, please check out my new ebook, The Parts Manager Guide Proven Strategies Used to Maximize Sales and Process Improvement, exclusively on Amazon for now. Remember to hit that like button on your way out, and for more content, and subscribe if you find my topics informative so you will be notified when I drop a new episode. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. A friendly reminder that I may be the only program that takes you beyond the sales department consistently, of course. Others focus specifically on cars, their performances, look, style, features, and DIY video from mechanics. So I'm a little bit late to the party because this happened around mid-February, but I still kind of wanted to comment on this a little bit. As the heading says, Ford punishing dealers caught price gouging popular EVs, and CEO Jim Farley knows who they are, and they will feel Ford's wrath in their future vehicle allocation. I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but the article is right here, and I'm going to leave it in the link below by Motor Trend News. So he says he knows who they are. Dealers are mandated to submit their sales forecasts every year along with their orders, so manufacturers will prepare for production output based on the forecasting done and the expected sales, because as you know, they have to do a trend analysis year after year based on historical trend of past sales and what they think they're going to sell in the future, because you can never predict what is going to go. But manufacturers know everything about their dealers. They have performance criteria for every dealer and a ranking system, believe it or not, because dealers are ranked based on their performances and based on what they submit in their KPIs, which is their key product indicators. Now, the Ford president and CEO, Jim Farley, said action is being taken on making customers wait for new vehicles or pay unreasonable markups, which he doesn't like. It's a gouger's paradise. As Ford's earnings report showed, demand far outstripped supply for a number of hot products, including the 2022 Ford Maverick compact pickup, the 2022 Mustang, the Mach-E electric crossover, and the 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning electric full-size pickup truck. Roughly 10% of dealers have reported taking advantage of the increasingly long wait times for popular Ford models by trying to change above the MSRP, that's a market sales retail price, and gouge customers. Ford CEO Jim Farley knows who they are and that they will feel Ford's wrath in their future vehicle allocation deals with the automaker. So the article is now saying, which was made clear on Thursday's fourth quarter 2021 earnings call. This article here published in February. So, like I said, I'm a little bit late to the party, but I still feel the need to comment on this. So, dealers have so much control over vehicle prices right now because demand is through the roof and into the cloud. So, people will pay more for the cars that they cannot find, right? So Ford was the number 2 seller of electric vehicles in the US in 2021 behind juggernaut Tesla. Tesla has been doing the numbers, of course, but ahead of General Motors. GM's EV sales were hit after production of its Chevrolet Bolt and Chevy Bolt EUV paused in the summer because of a battery fire recall, which was amended with a software upgrade. Now, it helped Ford bumped into GM's spot behind Tesla in the ranking on the back of strong sales, and the automaker is committed to a 40% product mix of EVs across its lineup by 2030 to sustain its spot. Now, what they want to do is, let's start off with the dealership. The general managers and MDs knows exactly what's going on. If they focus on the numbers, which they always do, they will see that the sales managers are inflating the prices. They are the main culprits in this situation, and they have to sign off on this. So at the end of the day, whatever boosts their profit sharing, which benefits them, is totally okay. And let me play this video here from ABC News on February 9th, which actually sums up what I was trying to say earlier.
Immediate impacts on the U.S. automakers. The auto industry has already been dealing with supply issues, chip shortages, sending prices soaring. So tonight here, the prices you're paying for new cars in this country, and this number, 82% of all sales last month alone were above the sticker price. So what can buyers do, and the opportunity if you want to sell your car?
And this is all in due to the chip shortage that has been going around for the longest while, ever since the pandemic came out. It's a logistic nightmare right now, based on the pandemic caused a lot of the factories, mostly in China and Japan, Malaysia, Thailand, where a lot of the, I would call it cheap labor, the more affordable economies of scale are utilized in order to manufacture certain parts for cars here out in the West. And of course, the West is the largest customer for most of the car manufacturers.
Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, with soaring demand, microchip shortages, and supply chain issues, buying a new car has never cost more. The average price of a new car in December was a record-breaking $47,077. That's nearly $6,000 more than a year before. And some dealers are selling new cars well above the sticker price. In fact, industry experts saying 82% of new vehicle purchases in January were above the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
If you're out there, you have paid over sticker price, you're definitely not alone. The overwhelming majority of new car shoppers are also doing the same.
Ford says about 10% of their 3,000 U.S. dealerships are doing it. And in an earnings call last week, CEO Jim Farley warning them to stop.
We don't like making our customers wait, and we're taking action to ensure that they don't pay unreasonable markups.
GM also threatening action against the small minority of bad actors selling at rates far in excess of sticker prices.
And like it says, the small minority of bad actors, and this always happens. One bad apple spoils the entire bunch. And if you go into particularly YouTube right now and you type in bad dealership, bad customer service, you will see all these videos of people complaining how the dealership ripped them off. They're not saying that, John Doe at, Bolt Chevrolet or Mustang Ford tried to rip them off. No, they classify the entire building itself, which is the sales department, the parts department, the accounts department, the service reception, the detailing, the lot attendant, everyone. So the entire dealership is out to rip someone off. And I have a problem with this because, as you know, if a small minority is doing this, then you go ahead and you call them out. But of course, it makes the entire industry looks bad.
Automakers trying to keep their market share and their customers happy. This is something that they may think about enforcing.
Both companies saying if those dealers continue inflating prices, they could withhold shipments of new cars. And David, experts say there is a silver lining in this wild car market. If you already own a car, trade-in values have risen 50% year over year, so your car could be worth more than you paid for it, even if it's up to 10 years old. David?
That's good news. You can sell your car, but then what do you buy when everything else is jacked up like this? Ariel, that's the problem right now. Thank you so much again tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
So basically, we're in a no-win situation because what is bad for one is excellent for another. It's just in a time of war, in a time of uncertainty, in a time of recession, someone benefits, someone loses. It's just the trickle-down effect. It's the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the night and day. That's basically what it is, and it's just the cycle of life. But people can complain all they want, but it's not as bad as people would think. For example, according to the Wall Street Journal, reports are that auto loans hit a record $734 billion last year. So 55% of buyers financed their cars through the dealerships in 2021. And this is the highest percentage on record. And I've mentioned this in my previous videos. People are still buying cars. But what do you think? You can drop your discussions below. Remember to grab a copy of my book, The Parts Manager Guide, on Amazon. Smash that like button on your way out. Until next time.